with bulimia, they think that Meghan might be plotting to come up with a story such as that. So I'm very curious. I thank you all who took the time to write me your opinions of what the heck you think is going on, because something's going on. This username always kills me. It's Madame Overseas Backfat. Um, too funny. Okay, hashtag Meghan Markle Ozempic user allegedly in Hollywood failure. Face card has been permanently declined. So the reason I'm sharing this one with you is because I saw the stories going around too. Some people think that the photo on the left was photoshopped. I don't know. I tend to think it's real, just from some stuff I've seen. And I thought it was an interesting comparison they show on the right. Of course, in case you don't remember, this is from the milkshake of it all. And so there are some similarities there. So I don't know. That's what makes me think probably not photoshopped, just my opinion. Okay, can I just say I love this person's username. It says, "Don't give Meghan the mic." Okay. Do you know whose fans aren't going to be happy when they get home from school today and see that we didn't Photoshop the pic from the seal event? Yep, she still looks the same. Sorry, sugars. Okay, so this is funny. Again, back to the pictures. This seemed to be all that Twitter's talking about. I got the same thing. I had people in the comments saying, "How do you know it's not photoshopped?" I don't know. I can only go on the other photos, and as people are pointing out, yeah, I see the similarity. So maybe they're all photoshopped. Who knows? But I tend to think that what you see is what you get. Okay, next I want to shout out Aussie Chick. Hi, you're always so lovely in the comments. Hi, if you're here. Thank you for sharing this. Okay, first, the cover. Then this Instagram post, although it was taken down, it may have well been a calculated move on her part. Nothing is working for her. She's a narcissist and therefore always the victim. She always wants sympathy. Diana's sympathy, hashtag Meghan Markle exposed. So that Meghan Markle exposed is trending on Twitter, which I find very funny. Aussie Chick, this is such an interesting point she's making. So this In Touch magazine, I've covered it before. It's like cracking under pressure. What pressure are we talking about? Oh, goodness. Anyway, yeah, so I called it. Aussie Chick called it. A lot of you guys in the comments called it. I believe it's for attention. And so people will say, "Oh my goodness." And then when the photo went nuts and people really started looking at it, it was like, "Oh no, let's take that back down." And I really like where Aussie Chick's going with it. I think that's where she's going with it. But yeah, I find it so fascinating. Such an interesting point. Thank you, Aussie Chick. And thank you to everybody in the comments. So many of you guys brought up the Diana of it all, thinking that, I kept thinking she's going for the Catherine comparison. Good luck with that. But yeah, I didn't even bring up the Diana of it all. I've talked about it previously. I didn't talk about it in yesterday's video, but that's such a good point you guys made. Thank you again for writing to me and let me know that you believe this is so a story similar to Diana's can come out, right? To quote Aussie Chick, nothing else is working, right? So might as well continue to play the victim, I guess. I just don't think things are going to go well for them when this book comes out. I feel like it's all going to go hand in hand and we're going to watch them spiral even more. Just wait for it. All right, let's give Brittany some love. I love Brittany over at Royal News Network. Brittany shared this. It says, "Not a surprise, the Invictus Games is held up by corporate donors looking for a tax write-off." Woo! Like Brittany. The governments that send their veterans and cities foolish enough to think the games are a money-making enterprise. In truth, it's probably a money pit. Okay, so the reason this is interesting is because Invictus, yeah, it's got some news coming out about it right now. Daily Mail is reporting it as being thrown into chaos as two top chiefs are sacked, as insiders warn staff morale is at an all-time low and claim the event is over budget, despite a $30 million government grant. I need to see a breakdown of how the money is spent. I need to see how much goes to the grifters, how much is for the wardrobe and the travel and all the things. Way to call it out, Brittany at Royal News Network. I love it. Okay, another channel I love to shout out, Twin Talk, Sidley Twins. I think I call them Sidley Twins. My apologies. Believe it's Sidley. I hope I'm saying that right now. Okay. Um, Sidley Twins talking about how scabies and the wife are disgusting. What's happening is, again, Scabies is trying to sell his book, so he's putting out these stories. This story just came out. I don't understand what they think, and by they, I mean the wife and Scabies and everybody involved. They think this is going to do to help sell the stupid book. It's doing nothing but making the idiots look awful. Again, check out the Sidley Twins. They're great. And I know we're here to talk about Harold and Fraud, but I couldn't resist. I have been cracking up about this. Body language guy shared this. What in the fresh hell is this? I'm cracking up. What was this from Vogue? I think this is Bezos, or as Jay likes to call him, Lex Luthor. And I can't remember her name, the fiance. Yeah, I don't want to see that. I say it like that because I always get told I sound like Lisa Kudrow, Phoebe from Friends. Of course, she famously played Valerie Cherish in The Comeback, and she kept saying, I don't want to see that. That's how I feel about these pictures. All right, let's get back to Harold and Fraud. Hank and Skank. Okay, can we talk about the amazing one, a.k.a. Catherine, Princess of Wales, looking so beautiful. I love this, shared by, I hope I'm saying it right, is it Kennel Citadel? Okay, it says author Tim Fargo said it best. In life, quote, your friends will believe in your potential, but your enemies will make you live up to it. Fire! The shy girl from Berkshire who was harassed and bullied is now the future queen and is one of the most influential women in Britain and in the world. Only climbing up while the world and her haters are staring and raging. Love it. Quiet confidence and integrity in a woman are powerful tools. Hashtag shaping us. Hashtag Princess of Wales. So beautifully said. Love the quote. Love this photo. Look how gorgeous she looks. What an amazing event for her. Amazing speech. I got to find a new word for amazing. Incredible speech. Job so well done. So I do want to take this time to call out Catherine, Princess of Wales. And we had this one shared by the British Prince. It says, this would so be me if I was sitting next to the Princess of Wales. Me too. Look at this. I love how that guy is smiling at her. And yeah, I would be the same way. I'd just be like, oh, how are you so good at everything and charming and wonderful at all the things? So yeah, I totally get it. And I love this meme so much. All right, Meghan's mole shared this saying, have you ever noticed in the photo everyone's face is etched with grief and sadness over the death of Her Majesty, the late Queen, except for Harry. Harry's angry. Angry he couldn't wear the exact same gear as William. He's angry William is being treated as a future king. Harry is a twat. I love that so much. So well said. Let's take a look closely at this photo. I just thought that was such an interesting catch. I don't know why this photo is circulating now. I don't know if it was... sigh. I think it had to do again with Scabies' book and news coming out about that. Who cares? Look at everybody's face. Again, as you know, the poster said, etched with grief. Not so much Harold of Harold and Fraud. I know his name's not Harold. I always get comments on that. I know. It's part of the joke. No, but look at Harry's face. What else is new? This is how we see him now, angry, bitter. Pretty much the embodiment of the words he wrote in Spare. Okay, so this one was shared by, is it Jersey Dan, I think? It says, Scobie has started to promote his lame book. So again, more Scobie crap coming out. This is low even for them. Well, I say that. They always sink so low. This book, it's going to go real low. We can tell it. We just know it. Look who is involved in it. Anyway, it says, Scobie says heir to the throne William has prioritized his loyalty to the monarchy, even quietly cooperating with the UK press to undermine Harry. Okay. This is bullshit. And I don't mean that toward the poster. I mean that toward Scobie and everybody associated with this book. This is bullshit. William has done nothing but continue to prepare to be the future king, to serve the UK, the Commonwealth, the realms, all the things, right? And prioritize his family, all the things.